All right. New Year's came and went, and I forgot to do my December update. So here we are, a day late. Happy New Year. Woo! Um, anyway, hope everybody is having a good start to the 2024. And if you're watching this months from now, um, yeah, get at it. Okay, all right. I hate that I drag these out, but basically, there was a lot that happened in December, and it was interesting. And I'm learning from my mistakes, I guess, and I am trying to take a bird's eye view on how my progress is happening and what steps, strategies I can use to make sure that the progress is adequate while I'm actually in the weeds as well. So it's a lot of stuff, but pretty much December was the month for Church of Loops. We had sort of a Church of Loops. That's one of my three bands. If you're just following along now, I play in three bands, and then I'm a musician in Taiwan. I play in three bands that are other people's projects, and then I am uh, slowly putting together my own project um, with the goal of being a professional musician. Either I want either my own music to get to a big stage, or I want to be a hired gun for large artists who are touring and performing and doing big things, and that would be my dream come true, is to do either one of those two things, creating something that is big, or just being a performer for somebody else who's doing something big. Anyway, so Church of Loops is pretty much the focal point for December. Uh, Electric Monk is on hiatus with our guitarist away, and then with me leaving, we're taking basically a 2-month break. Church of Loops had a jam, and it was sort of a public show jam on the 1st of December for our guitarist's birthday, and then we played a festival, and this was my first time performing at a festival. It was great, lots of fun. I was nervous. I was quite nervous in some ways going into it, but it worked out, and everybody was happy. And I would say that it was a good stepping stone for me to get that one under my belt. Um, First performance in front of a lot of strangers in over a decade. So that as well was important for me. Then I did a really small open mic. So I think in November I talked about how I was going to focus on open mics again. I did a really small one in the middle of December, December 13th, in front of just a couple people. But that was a stepping stone because it was the first time. That's not true, actually, but it was a stepping stone because I hadn't played anything in front of people of my own in a while. So at least I got that sort of got my feet wet again. And then the following week, I did another open mic with a few more people, maybe a dozen people or so who I didn't know. And that open mic was the first one that I have done where I've just been by myself on the piano and playing multiple songs of mine. That was the first time, and the feedback was incredible, very, very encouraging. It was basically other musicians who were there who perhaps hadn't heard me before, and it was just super. a boost of confidence. But um, but I still struggle. I mean, it was a good stepping stone, but I would still struggle because I ended up going to another open mic, and I've done this a number of times before. This is not a new thing, what I'm about to share. Where I went to an open mic and I was just too nervous to actually go up and play. When I've made it up there, it's been because I kind of knew somebody and they knew that I wanted to play, and then they kind of got me up there, or I had to just suck it up and be like, all right, I'm ready to do this. But I would never, I just didn't have the confidence. I would never sort of force my way up on stage. Um, I was a kind of person who would just be like, all right, everybody do what you want, do your thing. If there's time for me at the end, I just very in a very timid way. It's like, okay, if there's time for me, y'all let me kind of come and practice. Uh, I never came in with sort of the confidence that you guys want to hear me. I've got something that you will want to hear. Let's go. I just couldn't do that. I was just too afraid. And so even though this went well, I was still not over that hump yet. And so I went to another open mic, and I thought it was going to be a very small open mic, and it was packed, tons of people. I didn't know anybody there really, and I was just too chicken. I even had the opportunity, and in fact, the host, when they shut down the open mic, they were like, "Now it's." The official open mic is shut down now, but now it's really open. Anybody who wants to come up can just come up, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I mean, there's a few other extenuating circumstances, but the bottom line was that I just am too timid. I was too timid. So then that brings us to the following week. Well, Church of Loops had one more show that also went pretty well. Again, I think we've shown growth, and I myself especially have grown as sort of into my role as sort of a soloist with this band, getting more comfortable each time with what I'm supposed to do and with performing in front of people. I think my stage presence has grown, and still got a long way to go, but that I'm seeing progress, so that's good. But then after that show, now we're looking at the very end of December. I've been doing this circuit of open mics, and I finally hit on this new place that I hadn't been to yet, and they're very new. It was just their third week of running this open mic. I was nervous, super nervous, but I knew I was there for a reason. And I had friends with me. And so it's like, all right, I'm just going to put my name down and force myself to go do it without having, the way I had envisioned it was that I was going to do multiple open mics every week. And I was just going to get more and more comfortable. And here I was getting ready to do this place that was packed. And I was disappointed in myself that I hadn't had the guts to do all the other ones, because I felt like if I had done those other ones, I would be comfortable by now to do this one. But anyway, I just forced myself up there. I was super uncomfortable. Honestly, it didn't go that well in my mind because of how uncomfortable I was, in a lot of ways. My vocals and the mic, not very comfortable. The height of the piano and the bench, not good. I actually, for the third song, I had to kind of kick off the bench and kind of squat while I played and sang. I was squatting while I was singing. Forgot words. Just in general, was not comfortable at all. And yet it went so well. At least the feedback was so strong that I feel like I can do anything now. I mean, of course, that's overstating it to some degree. But for all the things that are in the near future for me, I think it's silly that I used to be scared of doing open mics at new places, because after what happened, it's like, you know what, I can do it anywhere, and we'll see. That's in 2 days will be my next open mic, so we'll see how that goes. But I think that I've turned a corner, and I have a lot more confidence now than I used to. I got tremendous feedback from artists. A bunch of musicians seem to really want to play with me. Several musicians seem to want to connect me with people that they know who can really help me in my career. And then the girl running the open mic. And when I say that, I don't mean the host of the open mic, but the actual person with the business establishment has been talking to me a lot because it's like she wants me to play there every night. And she's like, can you do a Thursday? Can you do a Friday? Can you do a Saturday? Maybe a Sunday? And she's been talking to me about all my different projects to see how we can fit them in. And I'm kind of like pumping the brakes for her because I was just like, I'm not quite ready yet, but I would love to. So we'll see how that develops. But just a lot of confidence. Even the owner of the venue came by to talk to me, and he was just like heaping praise and like buttering me up and saying like, please come back and do more. So I think that place can be sort of in my back pocket as a place that will help me trial stuff, see how things go, and it can be kind of a place that I come to as sort of a home base. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And the only other thing that I've been doing a lot of is the Hive Mind. So my third sort of band. It's a combination of Murder Hornets, which is a big heavy rock band, and then Hive Mind, which is sort of this hybrid of Murder Hornets and me. And so the singer for Murder Hornets has been working with me a lot, and I think we've got close to a full set now. We have 6 songs that are ready to perform, and then we have a handful of others that are potential. So we could, as a duo, do some shows. We could do some shows in combination with Murder Hornets. We could do some shows with just some extra musicians here and there. So we'll see. It's good to have that in the works too. So I think looking ahead to January, I'm only going to be in Taiwan for a little under 3 weeks, and then we will be traveling for several weeks. So just in these first couple of weeks of January, I'm hoping to solidify the set with Hive Mind. And then the Electric Monk singer has chatted with me about adding 3 or 4 new songs to that set list. And I'm ready to do that, I guess. Yeah, never mind. But yeah, that's just more on my plate. But I think it's good experience for me to continually keep up that muscle of learning other people's new songs. It's not really what I want to spend all of my time doing, but like I said on the outset earlier, it would be my dream to perform as in the band of famous musicians. So that's something I need to be good at doing is picking up new songs quickly on the fly and playing my role well. So yeah, I think I'm noticing that I need to have better time management because I'm not practicing as much as I would like. Altogether, probably averaging like an hour of my own practice a day. Maybe not, maybe 45 minutes, not even an hour of practice a day. Yeah, probably like 30 to 45 minutes on average. And that's just not enough. That's enough for me to kind of barely prepare myself for the different things I'm doing when I have a rehearsal, when I have a concert, when I have an open mic. I'm just barely playing catch up, and I'm not actually improving my skill set like I would like to. So that's something I need to do, and then also that's leaving me that's no time at all. I haven't spent any time composing, songwriting, lyric writing, nothing. And these are all things that I want to incorporate into my music schedule. So that's something I need to get better at. Um, and yeah, we'll get there. Um, all right, that's the wrap. I'll see you in a month, and hopefully have made a bit of progress. But I have to just stress that December was a good month. I'm very happy with how things turned out, and it was the last week and a half that really pushed it over the top in terms of progressing. So yeah, I'm feeling good about that. Peace.